So previously on Roll Over and Die, the party reached Suttonshore, the city on the Eve coast. They set their sights on the university. Upon entering, they found a band of kickball players, which they instantly challenged to a kickball match later in that day. They made their way to the first school of wizardry that they could find. Peeking their head in one of the classes, where they could see a Master of Illusion was teaching a class, they decided to make a grand entrance where there was up to 5 ASMRs demanding the attention and information from the professor. He, trying to get a word in edgeway, managed to direct them to the dean's office. A confused and overworked elderly halfling was managed to be convinced to share further information and, in fact, give them almost free rein in the university proper. They set off down to the research department, where they encountered a cantankerous old dwarf researcher that refused to grant them access to the tomes that they were seeking. However, Aya commanded him to show her the books. So he went into the vault, unlocked the magical and mechanical sealed vault in which these books laid, and upon completing the command, he realised what happened to him and instantly turned on the party, unleashing a devastating lightning spell, downed Chad and Aya, and the other members of the party managed to quell the attack by agreeing to leave the books where they were, and they have now backed out of the research department. He has locked them out for the time being, and that's where we'll start our episode. So now that's out of the way, let's roll over and die. So you've been locked out of the research department. You find yourself back in the main chamber, the reception area of the university, sort of like licking your wounds a little bit. What would you like to do?
Divination?
Yeah.
Go steal some books from the divinators.
Can we have a rest? That didn't go to
Hey,
plan, did
let's
it?
see that coming.
No.
I'm gonna write that now.
Do you think we should rest? It's like short rest, or?
It's up to you guys. I'm fine.
I used quite a lot of spells.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're on less than half.
Can we rest?
Unless half the group want to go to divination and we can rest.
I'm okay with going because like I've not got that many hit points, but I don't get spells back anyway when I short rest, so it won't help me that much.
I only used one spell, but I could definitely use some hit points.
Should we just have a rest?
Yeah.
Should we just go chill out on the grass outside and have a little rest like the other students?
Let's study. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a main square that you peeked out of when you went into the illusion classroom. So if you want to, you can just duck out the side into the main square.
Are there other students around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of students just like laying around.
10 with them.
Blend right in.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you see some like of the sort of 6th, 7th year students out there that are here for their mentorship, like the more older, wizened ones. There's even a group of them that are just laying on a flying carpet, which is hovering above the grass itself. There's a few people who are using like Tensor's floating disc to play like some kind of like hacky sack, but on the Tensor's floating discs. They're zooming around each other, kicking the ball.
Did you come here?
I would like to play this.
There's
This is my alma mater.
there's a whole bunch of other like there's a group of like varying age like apprentices wearing dark robes in one corner, just like smoking something, and then there's like a myriad of just other groups like all sitting around chatting and stuff. No one really gives you a second glance as you walk in there. You kind of fit in, like being a wizard school is a whole myriad of like ages and species.
This is the first time I've ever fit in somewhere.
So you're out
We
there.
got
It's
immediately
there's a bit of sort of a hustle and bustle. You all are sort of showing kind of the effects of being electrocuted, however, apart from Pip and your animal companions.
I don't need to rest, so
Some of you are limping.
while these
I'm
guys
gonna
rest,
roll
I'm just
hit
going to go
die.
play
Yeah.
a game.
Sure.
I'm just going to go and kind of casually sit and meditate.
Cool.
That's what students do.
As you're all level 6, you can use as many as your hit dice as you want. So for you it'd be a D8, for you it'd be a D6, D6, D10. You can roll as many as you like. You've got 6. Once you do a long rest, you get half of those hit points back. Up to half of your maximum hit points back. So you'll get 3 back, for example. So if you use 3, you'll get all 3 back. If you use 4, you got 3, and you've still got 1 left over. Don't worry about it. Use
I
as many
did
hit
get
points as
it.
you want.
I'm really confused.
4.
So we can roll it 6 times, or we can roll it 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you take a long rest, that resets back, so you can go.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So roll whatever your hit dice is, and you add your Constitution modifier to each time.
5.
Oh, you had your constitution. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. I got 8, 9, and 10 then.
8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
So 97, 27.
27.
Yeah.
But half of that?
No. That's what you get back.
That gets me
You get
right
full.
back to.
I'm back up to 40.
Cool.
Not quite 44.
I got a 13.
13.
I've
So I
got
just add that.
Yeah, you just add that to your healing.
I've got 24, so
24.
go straight back up.
Cool. Yeah, because you lost 23. So you should be 6 down, you're 4 down, and you 2 are fully healed.
Yep.
You can carry on spending hit dice if you want.
Can we?
Yeah, if you want to roll on d6, add your con modified it. Do it up to 6 times.
Do I have to mark anything on mine?
Yeah, you just mark hit dice spent.
Where's that? Sorry, I'm
I
doing it. I've not done
don't
it.
No.
I don't
If you go
know
into
what
short
it
rest
is.
on mobile,
Oh yeah, if you press short rest.
then there's like button for each one
Yeah.
you want to use.
And also, taking that
cool.
short rest as well
Thanks.
will like give you back any of your like features and feats that you've used that have a short rest component to them. I'll do it automatically. So it's fine.
So now I do. Okay.
Yeah, you just hit short rest, put in as many hit dice you want to use, and job done.
Good, good.
Cool.
4, 2.
Yeah, you good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Chad, you good?
Yep.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
That's Sparta.
Good.
Good, cool.
I'm
What
back,
game do you
baby.
want to partake in?
I want to join the people who are on the flown discs.
Uh,
Just hang out.
so they're playing like hacky sack, but they're all on their own floating discs.
Oh.
One of them gives you a nod. Hey, what's up?
Can I join in?
Yeah, cool. You just cast floating tensor disc and join in.
What if I can't do that?
Oh. And he kind of like glides off.
Oh.
Oh.
Find
No
another
worries.
Okay, see you later.
Scoots off playing hacky sack.
Just gonna go for a walk.
The goth kids just stare at you as you walk past.
You know your floating disc?
Yeah.
Can
It
you
goes
cast
like
a little
this.
version and do
Frisbee?
Yeah.
I mean, it follows me around.
disc B?
It'll come right back to you like a
I
boomerang.
can just run around.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from
Follow you. I would say if you want to try and use it as frisbee, you just fucking hug it if you
No,
want.
I'm just gonna play hacky sack with these guys.
So
I can cast it for Pip actually.
Yeah.
But it has to follow me, so I'm gonna run around while she's on the disc.
Yeah, totally.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell we don't have any friends outside of this circle.
So an hour of chilling out, and you'll cast Tensor's floating disc as a ritual.
Yep.
So it takes another 10 minutes, and around 10 minutes later, you're on board.
10 minutes later, I'm back.
You're back. You're back in the game. Why don't you roll an athletics check? See how well you go.
Um, 9.
9.
Not very well.
You kind of boot it a little bit, and it goes like over one of them and lands behind them. But they're fine. They like, scoop down, pick it back up. Says, "No worries, man." Like, kicking around.
Am I making friends?
Sure.
Yeah.
They seem to be happy.
There
Seem to
we
be happy
go.
playing someone else. They're quite chill.
Cool. I think
Barter.
we're best friends now.
Yeah.
Is there anybody playing kickball?
No, yeah. The square is a bit too small for that kind of thing.
We'll go divination and then we'll go to the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just going to practice.
That's a good idea.
You mean practice as in try
For the
ever?
first time.
Just doing what I think is kickball. Actually, I've got a water sack.
Yeah.
That's got water in it right now?
Yeah, you've got a wine skin full of water.
Yeah.
So it's not quite spherical.
I'm going to guzzle the water.
Cool.
And then I'm going to go.
And it very slowly starts deflating. It's not airtight, it is watertight, but very, very slowly.
I just spend about 10 minutes trying to get it to stay.
And you start like playing around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes
no
down
worries.
now. But
Yeah, cool. Mike, what are you up to?
Is anyone playing with like pogs or something?
Pogs, oh my god. Forgot about
Or
pops.
anything similar.
Yeah. There's some kids. There's some kids sitting on a stone bench off to one side, with playing Three Dragon Ante.
I like the sound of that.
It's a card game, a dragon card game.
I join them.
Do you want to bet?
Always.
For interest, for sake of expediency, why didn't you roll sleight of hand check?
$11.
11. 3 others. Cool. You actually do pretty well.
Thanks.
From these guys, you get.
What do I win?
You managed to get 5 gold pieces out of them. As you're playing.
5 gold
Nice work.
pieces.
I'm rolling.
Jan?
I'm just running around so she can play her game.
Like a dog.
Do you
Aw.
resist the urge to like get involved with the hacky sack as it comes over?
Oh, I try to hit it
Better.
every now and then.
Yeah, with the tail.
They won't let me because I'm not on the disc.
Oh, that's true.
But I'm just running around.
You party foul, man.
If only they knew.
Yeah. And air
I had a nap.
Yeah.
In
in the sun.
the sun, and I'm sort of picking the burnt
Scabs.
skin off me, and consoling Costas, who is still crying, even though I'm projecting that onto him.
You're casting like a minor illusion of tears, at
Yeah.
him, but every time his head moves, the tears stay where they are.
Yeah. He has no real feelings,
Yeah.
but it helps me.
He's warm.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the best I can offer.
Tepid.
A bit tepid.
Divination?
Divination.
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 Groovy. Right. So you follow the signs for the divination department, and much like the illusion department, it is still during school hours. So you can
We know
Press your-
exactly what to do.
press your ear to the door and you can hear something going on inside. You hear like sounds of voices, lessons going on. Come in.
That's quite. Hello. I was just putting my head through the door. I'm not an illusion, and
I know.
I've been sent by the dean.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
No, I'm not. I have to not
thought-
actively
That's what
divining.
this was about. Okay.
The person you're speaking to is a green and yellow mottled-skinned female tiefling.
Okay.
So she has these like dark green horns that come out of her head.
Awesome.
She's got completely silver out eyes, like reflective eyes, and her skin is a dark green and yellow mottle. She's wearing long yellow robes that denote her being in the divination department.
You look very cool.
Oh, she's also got like ring bands over her horns as well, and she's wearing a lot of gold jewellery.
She's awesome.
Very cool.
I'm Isma. We have been sent by the dean to investigate a missing person. I have an item from that person.
Would you mind if we finish the
It's
class first?
it's fairly urgent. Could you point me to someone who could help us immediately? Who
Uh,
might know have a locate person spell at high level.
Whilst
Yes.
they're talking, I'm just going to go and take a
Absolutely.
seat in the classroom.
Thank you.
If you go to my office, you can speak to my apprentice, and they will not be able to help you because that's too high a level spell. But you can wait there for 15 minutes until
Okay.
the class is over.
That's perfectly reasonable. Thank you and goodbye.
Are you going to stay?
Yeah, whilst you were talking, I was just sliding past to an empty desk. Sat down.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me. See if you can get in on that class, 15 minutes of that class.
19 plus whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as this conversation is going on, you just kind of like, sorry, I'm late. Slide into a desk.
All right, excuse me.
Pardon. Yeah. So this is a class all about rituals of using an orb to divine objects.
Tim now has to teach 15 minutes of divination.
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
So you're halfway through, and it's a locate object, like treatise on that. So basically, it's saying that you can describe or name an object that is familiar to you, and then you can sense that object's direction and location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you as well. So she's doing things like, here is a brooch from someone, from one of the professors in the university. Now, Tethys, why don't you come up here and see if you can cast Locate Object on it? And you watch one of the students come up and go through the motions a couple of times. The spell fails a few times. Eventually, he gives the location of one of the professors.
Cool.
No one else is clapping.
Style it out.
Very good. Very. Really
Some of the
impressed.
class turn to you, and Spine looks over to you and kind of gives you a frown.
I was curious. I'm of magic, and I just wanted to learn something new.
I'm of magic.
Of magic.
A lot of the people here are paying an awful lot of money.
I've got money. If you really need a, I don't know what my accent is doing. I've got a little bit of money if that's what it takes.
This is not barter. You can't just pop in,
No, I'm
put some
part.
pings down.
This is not bad.
It's a part of barter.
There's a few minutes left of the class, but please don't come again.
Can you teach me that? Yeah. Okay. I'll just sit here for a few minutes and join my friends.
So she ends up wrapping up. When you get to her office, it's heavily been modified. You haven't seen any of the professor's offices before. You've only seen the dean's office. But she looks like she's stylized this to her own specific school. So there is a myriad of objects, mannequins. There's objet d'art hidden around, like just bits and pieces of like paper, and the whole thing is stylized in like silk, green, yellow, and purple fabrics with gold and silver trim all around, and it's all arranged in a kind of a sort of an Arabian style interior tent. And there's throw cushions down, and there's like low slung tables, and there's a misty orb sitting on one table in one of the corners. There's also a big reflecting pool that's like built into the stonework at the bottom. And you see off to one side there is a human sort of like lounging on one of the or several of the cushions when you walk in, sort of dressed in black, and looks quite spaced out, and almost doesn't notice you when you come in.
I would like to touch the orb.
Okay.
It's very Mama Mildred of you.
Yeah, okay, no one's stopping you. He has noticed you entry, so as you run over and you put your finger onto the orb, and the clouds fade away from where your finger is, like it pushes away from it, but nothing else much happens.
Put my whole hand on it.
Yeah, so the whole the cloud kind of like pushes into the center and creates like a wall of cloud in the middle.
I pick it up.
Yeah, it's surprisingly light, like there's nothing in it, like it's made of crystal. You shake it and it starts like vortexing inside.
Snow falls down. Little Santa Claus at the bottom.
Is this no glue? Aw.
Yeah.
Fine, I put it back down.
Okay.
I'm disappointed.
Once you release your hands from it, it all settles out again.
I look at it quickly.
It's about this time that the human's like, oh, how long have you been here?
For like
A
hours.
few hours.
You shouldn't be in here. Why are you in here?
We've been sent
Who are
here.
you?
We've been sent here to wait for your. I take it you're the apprentice of the
Yeah.
Divination,
Who are you? What, how are
I'm
you sitting here?
ASMR. The dean has sent us.
We're not illusions.
Oh, you're supposed to be here. Oh, thank God. That's super worried then. No, that's cool. Take some cushions.
Take
Oh.
submissions.
Cushions.
Oh.
That's why they said submission.
Yeah.
What's
take
your
the
name again?
My name is Tethys. Tethys Dark Place.
Tethys.
Dark place.
Yes.
That's an unfortunate name.
It's all right. It's quite a wizardy name. Definitely didn't choose it myself.
What are you learning? What are you learning here?
Divination.
Can you tell us something?
Can
Yes.
you
I
show?
did it.
Can you show us some divination?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to know? Give me something.
What's in that orb?
Oh, yeah, that's Spine's orb. That's a bit too high level stuff for me.
What can you do?
Depends.
Surprise us.
Cool. I absolutely would love to.
I really like him.
I want to be our friend.
It's Tim.
Tim's not that cool.
What do you all speak?
I speak Celestial.
I don't speak that.
I
Say
speak
something speaks
Common.
in Celestial to me. Oh, hold on. And then he starts casting something.
I am speaking Celestial right now.
I am speaking Celestial right now. He doesn't say. He sends it back in common. but he understands what you're saying.
Oh, cool. Can you teach me how to do that?
Are you a spellcaster?
Yes.
Cool. So you're a wizard?
No.
Oh. I can't tell you how to do that. I
Can you
don't know
tell
how.
me how to do that?
Are you a wizard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard.
I totally can. Hit me
Radical.
up. Say other things in other languages.
You're funny.
What did you say? What language did you say?
I said it in Abyssal.
Abyssal?
Yeah.
That's a weird language. You're funny.
Thanks.
No, that's what you said to me. But I don't know if you're funny or not. Anything else? Anyone hit me up with any
I
other?
would-
Grung, I say, my Pip, you look beautiful today.
My Pip, you look beautiful today.
Thanks.
Feel like you're kind of trolling me now.
I say, hi, this is my crocodile Costas in Infernal.
That is a language. You guys know like some weird languages, eh?
We've been places.
So that's your crocodile Costas.
Yes.
He's a-
Costas, was a pleasure to meet you.
Cool. Do you want me to teach it to you?
Yeah, please.
Cool. Have you got your spellbook?
Yeah.
Whip it out, man. I didn't mean it like that.
But, whatever this goes.
Whip it
Yeah.
out.
Want you to lounge down on the cushions down next to me and get your pen out. This sounds terrible.
I will come lounge on your cushions
And whip it out.
and whip it out.
So I'm going to teach you how to cast comprehend languages.
Awesome.
That one wasn't an innuendo.
Now, I need you to do a. This is me now. If you can roll an Arcana check, you need to
Yep.
get 11 or higher to learn this spell from this chap.
Oh. I didn't learn it.
He kind of muddles his way through it and doesn't really explain it particularly well. And he's like paraphrasing some of the like spell incantations, and you don't have all of the components that you need. And by the end of it, you're like, you try it, and the spell just fizzles.
Fine.
Did I do it? Did I teach you?
No.
Oh,
Maybe your teacher can teach me.
maybe.
I'll
She's got
ask-
the time. Usually you have to pay for that kind of thing.
Oh.
It's really nice
good
of
practice
you
for
to
me.
teach my friend that, though.
Yeah, no worries.
You're a really nice guy.
Thanks. You
How
guys are great.
How much time have you spent at this university?
I've been here for 18 months now.
So, you've probably not been downstairs, have you?
Oh, research? No, we don't go down there. We
No?
don't really need to.
Have you heard about all of the drama there, though?
What, downstairs? Oh, the missing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of goes around.
With your divination, can you not, find out stuff like where people have gone, or?
I can't. I'm not quite that high level yet. But Spine could, for sure.
I swear she's on her way back here, actually.
I guess so, yeah. I think the classes are open now.
There's something weird about him.
So
Well, that's
what
weird
do you
about me.
like doing in your spare
He
time?
can hear you.
What do you like doing in your spare time?
I usually like to sort of look for things
Do
and
you know
research
Kickball?
things. And I'm not really that kind of sporty, I'm afraid. I just love finding out stuff.
Like what?
Uh,
What's the best thing you've ever found out?
I could see someone was invisible.
Ooh, can you teach us that?
It was tight. Yeah, sure. If you got,
Can you
hands up who's got a spell book. I can teach you that.
All right, let's try this again.
Who's got 20 minutes?
Sure.
Cool.
What if I found a bard's book?
A bard's
I
book.
had a ritual caster.
Well, you can go to the Bard College. I don't know if they can do that though. See invisibility.
Okay.
Do
Please.
you know how to summon things to you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a conjurer. And I'm not a. The other one.
Please teach Chad this.
Cool.
See invisibility?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go. I hope I do better than last time.
Me too.
Learn better.
DC 12.
Natural one.
I'm so sorry.
You're the worst wizard in the world.
you forget the spells that you already knew.
Yeah, you lose a spell.
Oh.
In the process, no.
I become invisible.
You're super opaque.
No.
It's super opaque.
You get more thick.
Yeah. It's like another layer
Hey.
of muscle that develops on top of you.
Oh.
He's like, I'm really sorry, dude. I think I fucked that one up.
Nah, there's something you're very good. You're very nice, but I don't know if you're a best teacher.
I'm not really a teacher, though.
Oh,
Do you ever
Shows.
teach Madam Elsbeth anything?
I don't teach anyone anything, really.
clearly.
It's kind of my first time.
What do you
gonna lie.
do as an apprentice? How do you help Spine?
Well, I kind of like organise Spine's diary, I like arrange her orbs and put things in like where they should be, and find stuff that she needs. Go out on
She
errands.
should really
organise
be
a
here any minute
diary.
now, shouldn't she?
Yeah, actually, it's been longer than the 15
Yeah.
minutes that she said. So here she is.
Yay!
And then she doesn't turn up.
Oh.
And he's like, and here she. About a minute, awkward minute goes past, and then Spine walks in with you sheepishly in tow, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Could
Got
you
you on
holding
that.
him by the ear?
Yeah. She's got a
And here
ruler,
she is.
wrapping a ruler on your knuckles.
Thank you for taking time to come and talk to us.
Well, if the dean has indeed given you remit to talk to any of this faculty, then by all means.
Mhm.
What do you need?
Have you heard of the problems in the research department?
Yes.
Several people have gone missing.
Hmm.
I have the belongings of Thaddeus
Oh.
Boynton. I have one letter that he wrote.
Because all of his effects have disappeared, along with himself,
I thought you said that.
preventing us.
Oh, sorry.
We
I
were
thought we
told-
were told that his belongings were given to the police.
Who told you that?
Dean.
Multiple people told us that.
Hmm.
We had thought anyway.
That's strange, because that's something that I could have used to locate Thaddeus.
Huh.
So we've been
Do you
told that
think-
the guardsman,
Yeah, the guard's house.
the guard's house has his effects.
I was told that they all went missing.
Told
Okay.
by who?
Whom?
It would really help us to know to whom gave you that information.
Well, I never went out of my way to request that kind of
That's
information.
fair.
I just heard that that's what I want. Specifically from the faculty members, a bit of word of mouth, gossip, these kind of
interesting.
things.
Gossip's bad.
I did find it odd that no one came to me when the students started going missing.
Mhm.
I presumed that they had information on the investigation. So they really proceeded any further. Quite a busy schedule.
Yeah. Do you think this is something that you could help us with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if you've got a personal effect of his.
I,
And if he's
Letter?
within 1,000 feet, I'll be able to locate him for you.
okay.
Ah.
Well, we have the sealed letter.
Mhm.
Like, not sealed, but it's in the envelope.
Yeah. No, this will work fine. This is written by his hand, and it's been on his person for, I assume, enough time that it would be linked to him. Let's find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, Tethys, could you snuff the candles, please?
You're actually talking to someone there.
Yeah.
It's John. His name's John.
Before he does that, I'm going to go Druidcraft.
Oh, right.
Snuff him.
He's that. Whoa. This is Tethys.
Thank you very much.
Can you describe him to me? It'll help the spell.
You met him.
Hmm.
Can you describe him? And you can just say yes, and then you
Yes,
describe him.
I
Give
will
him-
describe him.
Yeah. He was wearing a white robe when you first met him.
Mm.
He's quite like a. He looked very much like a research student. He was quite like pallor, kind of like a milky skin,
Very milky.
quite clammy.
Milk's
Didn't look like he'd seen a lot of
Very
light of day. He was not freshly shaven, and he's also quite jittery as well.
I say all of
Yeah.
that.
Jittery and clammy.
The
milky.
jittery, clammy boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He sounds
With
divine.
5 o'clock shadow.
Really selling him.
Well, that's
He
him.
didn't go up
That's
much.
him. Sense direction.
That's Thaddeus.
Right. Okay. It's going to be a bit more difficult because I haven't seen him. Also, apologies if this doesn't go well, because if he's further than 1,000 feet from here, I won't be able to pick him up.
Not to be
If you're-
negative, but if he was passed away,
Yes.
what would happen? Would you just not get a ping back, or would you find his body?
It does not say either way, so the DM's going to say if his body's within 1,000 feet,
You still find it.
it's a fine.
If you're unable to find him,
Mhm.
because he's beyond 1,000 feet,
Mhm.
are you able to teach our friend this trick? Yes, to me.
At what level of, what year are you at? The years go from year 1 to 9. That's your spell.
Just say
I am at the 3rd year.
Unfortunately, it's not quite. You're close. Come back to me next year.
Maybe I will.
And if you have the
He'll
prophecy.
almost certainly be dead by then.
We
I
all
haven't
will.
found him in a year. Might as well just give up.
So morbid. I love it. Okay. Actually, there's no roll to this. So, all of the lights are dimmed. The only illumination in this place now is the swirling, misty orb, which she sits behind and starts staring deeply into it. She puts her hands on either side but doesn't touch it, and the mist starts swirling and changes colour from a grey into a blue into a violet. And you see it move away, but you can't see what she's seeing. It's just an empty, like, pocket of mist
I get really, really close
as she
to
looks into it. It looks like nothing to you. You can't see into it. It seems like when she's casting it, only the caster can see it. And you can see the reflection in her silver eyes of this light pouring out from it. And she furrows her brow, and the whole thing takes no more than about 10-15 seconds to cast. And then she blinks and comes back. The orb goes grey again. She looks up at you and looks concerned. Says, I found his body. I found him.
Body.
I don't know if he's alive or dead, but he's here
He's
Uh-oh.
where?
Here,
At the
at the university.
What did you see? Did you see him?
I can locate him, but I can't see him.
Do you think you could take us to where you saw him, or how specific can you get?
The concerning thing is that he's in the research department.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right, we need to work out how to kill this dwarf.
Let's electrocute him.
So I'm a
No
little bit
water.
concerned about this.
Do you,
Can I do an insight check to see whether she is genuinely concerned?
Absolutely, yeah. Go for it.
who do we trust?
Natural 20.
The dean?
Natural 20.
But the dean said
You
that all
think
of the
that
stuff
she is genuinely
taken to
like
the garden,
disturbed
not
by this whole
missing.
situation.
Okay.
Doesn't look like she's making it up on the fly.
So-
right?
Okay.
I think we should be honest with her because I think
Mhm.
we've made it very clear that we're here looking for him and we could be in grave danger
Mhm.
if the dean and the
Yeah.
stroppy old man
Are in on it.
are in on it. and
Who do you
they kill
trust?
us.
If the dean's
Well,
in it, he
to be
wouldn't
honest
give
with
us
you,
the
until right this
But he
moment,
lied about
I
the
pretty much
objects.
trust the faculty.
We've heard conflicting. We don't know who to trust because we've just got here today.
Sure.
But we've heard conflicting information from other people in the department as to his belongings and now his whereabouts.
Right.
Um,
This indeed is disturbing news to me as well.
We think we might be in danger because we told everyone that we're here looking for him.
Yes, if he is indeed here, and I don't know what state he's in, you may have exposed yourselves to whatever is going on. These people going missing, for whatever reason. I know that there was some rumours going about that Elspeth and the senior research team were looking into tomes that they should not have been. And if you're getting mixed up in this, you may have put yourself at risk.
Do we trust her?
I
trust her more than
I-
others.
I
Is it
got a
insight
natural
check?
20
Yeah.
on an insight check.
Oh,
and
sorry.
she was genuinely surprised that he was in the building and in the research department.
Is there anyone particular that you trust that you'd be willing to ask, including yourself, to help us confront the situation in the basement?
So you said the dean has told you that his effects are at the guardhouse.
Did he
Yeah, I think
Yeah. I
pretty
think
sure
so,
he
yeah.
was there.
The dean did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or did the
Then, to be
No,
honest
the
with
dream.
you,
The dweeb.
don't know who to trust. If it's at that level, and the guards are involved, and the dean's involved, I don't know who in the faculty would also be compromised.
And
Who in
do you
that
know if there's
faculty
ever a
would
time
you
when the
trust?
research department is empty, whether all staff gather together for any occasion?
No, unfortunately, the research department, by virtue of it being underground, they don't really operate a day-night cycle. So they tend to swap researchers in and out in the hope that they can copy and produce as many copies of said books.
Do you know any of the team in the research department?
Yes, some of them were students of mine.
Who's the dwarf guy?
Dwarf.
His name is
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus Flipstone.
Flipstone.
So Professor
Professor.
Flipstone. Do you know him?
Oh yes,
Do you get on well with him?
as well as anyone can.
We had a bit of an altercation with him. He wasn't very nice to us.
Sure.
Um,
He's
He murdered
we
them.
almost
surly
we almost
fellow.
died.
Did murder.
He
us.
murdered
Oh.
them.
In fairness, we might have pushed our luck in order to get access to some books, but he did overreact quite viciously.
He murdered you.
Can
He
you
murdered us.
Can
He
you
did murder
advise
me.
us
Um,
on any suggestions as to how we can better approach him or members of the department so that we don't run into situations like this again?
So if he's actively hurt you,
Yes.
what were you doing to incite this kind of behaviour? Was it unprovoked, or you said
The-
you were trying to gain access to books?
Yeah, evidence. We'd been told to investigate this, and
Yes.
we tricked him into giving us evidence, and he reacted very poorly to it. So we did instigate the conflict, but we didn't physically attack him.
I see. I think at this point he does tend to hold a grudge.
That's good for us.
But
Maybe that bridge has been burnt, but he's not down in the research centre at all times. He does have his own dormitory, or his own office and his own sleeping quarters here in the university, which he utilises, which is on the ground floor, the closest he can get to the basement. So potentially you can try and talk to his understudy and try and gain access that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine if if he's been hurting you and actively throwing you out of the research department, then he probably has already written a letter to the dean and informed his understudy of this happenstance. These are tricky times.
Is there anyone within Sutton Shaw that you would trust as an authority figure, like even above the level of the dean, within the community rather than just the university?
I'm going to have to ask Tethys to step out. And so if he's been slowly leaning in the entire time, and then he jumps when his name is said. He's like, Tethys, would you mind just running an errand for me? Can you get the next class prepped? And he's like, sure. He stands up and goes to the door. Very slowly open the door, goes to the door, and then goes. And she sort of leans in and lowers her voice slightly. Said, it's very difficult to say if the guards are in on this and the dean is in on this. You could try your luck with the Baron. He has authority over everybody here. I don't know how far this goes. There's also Henry Strothmeyer. He is somebody that actively is a proponent against magic use in the city. So if anyone's going to be not involved in this conspiracy, it would be him. Or you could go to the library and try your luck there.
Well, who's in the library? Sorry.
It's the head librarian of the library. She's been there for the last 20 years. She's particularly trustworthy. I don't think she would be involved in this.
What
of
was her name
course.
again? Sorry.
Her name is Bibliotheca Assessus. Bibliotheca Assessus.
It's a very
Do you-
literal name for her.
Indeed.
Do you know anybody by the name of Imperix Tyrannus Oakshadow?
Imperiatrix Tyrannus Oakshadow.
That's what I said.
Indeed. Yes, yeah, I believe she's back in town by the sounds of it.
Is she as bad news as the dean made her out to be?
She is very, very, sees things very black and white, shall we say. She is uncompromising and brutal in her dishing out justice. But take that as you will. If you obey the law and you are a moral person, then you shouldn't have anything to worry.
Mm.
We're the worst.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry if what we're about to say might shock you, but do you know anybody here who might still follow the laws of the old god?
It is indeed a troubling question. I would advise you not to throw the names of the old gods
And
around.
I hope you know we only say it because we
Believe it's related to the disappearances.
If it is, then it indeed is troubling. So, there are still pockets of people that do believe in the old gods. They're usually shunned by society, but rumour has it there are still certain individuals or groups of individuals that operate in the city that
How-
still worship them.
How would we find them?
I've never looked into it personally, but your best bet is probably to go to one of the taverns or bars in either Beachway or Dockside. You have to speak to the right people, and to be honest with you, it's going to be quite risky to openly talk about this kind of thing.
Beachway or Dockside?
A few places you could go in Beachway or Dockside that may give you some information would be the Privateer's Respite.
What was that?
The Privateer's Respite. It's a pub on the dockside. It's owned by a former pirate. Usually, to be honest with you, it's a pirate-only pub, so getting in there might be quite difficult.
What if we? Actually, no, I'm not gonna say. I'm not giving away all our tricks.
And there's two places in Beachway that I can think of off the top of my head, which is the Dead Orc pub and the Rat Basket Inn.
Rat basket.
Oh, that bastard.
Okay. Do the pirates tend to follow the ways of the old gods?
Not generally, but they are a bit looser with these kind of things. So what goes on the sea stays on the sea.
I get the sense that we need to leave the university as soon as possible to keep ourselves safe.
Yep.
Um,
We also could Zone of Truth the mayor, or at least try,
Yeah.
and also tell him that Divination didn't turn anything up.
Yeah.
Guesses, no
The
leads.
dean
in
of
it.
the mayor.
Sorry, the dean.
Yeah.
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 Just to stop to keep her
Yeah.
safe, because
Yeah.
she might be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please keep out of trouble. Please.
I think at this point I might have to have a word with
Yourself.
indeed Tethys. There are things I can do to protect my office. I may look into this on my own accord as well.
Please
Give
feel
me a
free to
couple of
call on
days.
us if you get into trouble.
I'll be careful, but obviously if this is happening here, then I want to know about it.
How long will it take us to get to Dockside or Beachway and back?
I mean, from end to end, it takes you about 3 hours to walk the entire length of the city.
Should we meet up outside of the university with you in a few days to see if you've learned anything?
Yes, if you meet me on sunset in 2 days. And I will meet you, in fact, not outside the university. It may be safer if we meet in... What would be best? Let's meet in the Dandy Sage.
The Dandy Sage.
Yes.
You said there are certain things that you might have to do to protect your office.
Yes.
Is there anything that you can do to either protect us as a group while we go find these stuff out, or teach our friend Chad to protect us? If he can do a good.
Thing.
I can do a
roll.
good learn.
I'm going to, protect
He's
my
due.
room from scrying. I'm already a little bit worried that someone may have been listening in already. I've got something I could teach you that may help in your reconnaissance.
Please learn it.
We beg
If
you.
you sit down here with me at the table,
Yes.
I will teach it to you.
On the
So it
cushions?
takes 30 minutes,
Okay.
and it's less of you having to write things down. It's more showing you, going through the motions. And she says you also need to pick up either a jeweled horn or a glass eye. She can teach you the spell, but you need one of those two objects to be able to cast the spell going forward. It doesn't get consumed, but it's something you have to have.
If only Paolo's here. That's my lucky
Jeweled
charm.
horn
Yep.
or
For
glass
hearing,
eye.
or a glass eye for seeing.
Glass eye. Okay. And what is this going to teach me exactly?
Clairvoyance.
Mmm.
It's a 3rd level divination spell.
Voyance.
I'll tell you more if and when we do it. So a DC 13
Oh boy.
You
or
can do it.
Arcana. So what's your Arcana?
+2.
Okay, so you need 11 or higher. It's a 50-50 roll. Good luck. Has anyone got any inspiration, by the way?
No.
I do.
You could
Can
use
I
it if you
inspire
want to.
myself?
Yes, you can.
I'm feeling
I
inspired.
do it on a daily basis.
Alright.
You can choose to roll and then
And
use your
then-
inspiration
okay,
if
alright,
you want
cool.
to. Yeah.
12 + 2.
14.
Nailed it.
You nailed it.
You learned
I
one
I learned the
spell.
one that matters.
You can
Alright.
now write clairvoyance into your spellbook.
Awesome.
What?
Can I add it on D&D Beyond?
Yes, you can.
Alright.
That's D&D Beyond.
Not sponsoring us.
D&D, yeah. D&D Beyond.
Spellbook.
Yes.
Here I go.
Whilst Chad is doing that, I can read the spell to the rest of you. You create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The sensor remains in that place for the duration and can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the spell sense through the sensor as if you were in that space.
That's amazing.
As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yes.
I got it.
But you need
Creature
to
that can see the sensor, such as creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, sees the luminous, intangible orb around about the size of your fist. But other than that, it looks like, well, it's completely invisible.
I think you should cast it in the dean's office so that when we leave, we know what he's saying about us.
Do I have to prepare it?
You would have to prepare it, so you'd have to
Right.
sleep tonight,
Yeah.
Change
Sorry,
it.
Yeah.
I
come back tomorrow,
Sorry.
and then you can cast it. It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the place where you can be somewhere else.
The range is 1 mile.
Cool.
Okay.
Dean's
Yeah.
office or downstairs?
But as long because you've been to the dean's office, you're now familiar with that place, and you
Dean's
can just
office.
pop a clairvoyant eye or clairvoyant ear in there
Downstairs they're
from
more likely
up
From
to a
a
range of
mile
a mile
away.
away.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We could also do that down in the dwarves'
I just
office.
think if there's more,
True.
like, there's loads of students and stuff in there, so if they're going to talk, they'll probably talk in the dean's office. Because that's private, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think downstairs they're likely
But
detectives.
we might be
is
able to-
powerful.
If I clairvoyance into his office, we might be able to figure out where
Thing is kept.
He is being kept.
Thaddeus.
Yeah.
that is.
True.
Thaddeus.
I still
Thaddeus
think we
Flipstone or
should
Thaddeus?
the
Thaddeus.
Farmstone.
The
I should have named him Thaddeus and Thaddeus.
yeah.
Thaddeus born.
not the
CH, not
dwarf.
F.
Born
Yeah.
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
The one
I still think
that's-
we should go see the dean.
Yeah, we
and
should do that.
Feign ignorance.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, good luck to you, and I'll see you in sunset in 2 days in the Dandy Sage.
Do I still need a jeweled horn or a glass eye to cast that though?
You'll need to purchase one or the other.
You can go shopping.
You need
Can I
both
go-
if you want to do either.
Okay. Cool.
You've been very helpful.
Yeah, thank
we
you so
wish
much.
you luck as well. Be
Stay
safe.
safe.
Be
Yeah.
safe.
And we're
and watch
sorry
your
for
back.
Good ASMR to you.
putting you at risk.
I don't know what that means.
It's
Isn't that her
beautiful
name?
sentiment.
Yes.
Good ASMR to you.
Everybody's been saying it to us. Earth.
Earth.
What's going on with that?
Earth.
Be careful of who you talk to.
I think we should only talk to ourselves.
Yeah. Specifically when mentioning, and be careful who you speak to about the missing researchers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Missing who?
Indeed.
Goodbye now.
Dean's office?
Dean's.
Yeah. She lets you out and then closes the door behind you.
Say bye to Tefus, whatever his name is.
Oh, he's gone. She sent him out.
Say
She didn't want
bye
him
to
to
him
hear.
first.
You can walk past the classroom and you can see him like putting ink quill out. All right.
Bye. See you
Oh,
later.
bye. Sorry, I thought you were coming in. Bye then.
To the dean's office.
To the dean's
Off we
office.
go.
Dean.
Yeah.
The dean.
So yeah, you go up to the 8th floor of the main hall, and you get to the same door, and the face appears on the door.
Is this
What do you
again?
want?
Is this again?
Name.
Just gonna grab the bit of paper, shove it in his face.
Granted. Spits back out. And the door opens. At this point now, the little halfling's on one of those roller ladders.
Cool.
And he's picking out a book and like reading through it and then popping it back and then pushing himself along. And then stopping himself and
I
then
wish
grabbing
I
another book.
could like him. I trust
And
him.
then walking up and down.
Is he avoiding all the books that are floating?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I think we'll end up like it.
It seems like if he gets in the way of the book just stops.
Mm.
And then when he rolls out of the way, it just carries on again.
Got a theory. I reckon he's good, but he's been misled. He's trusting the people downstairs.
I think also only Aya should speak, or we'll fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll
100%.
immediately know we're lying.
I'm
Yeah.
going to try Zone of Truth.
You are aware that he knows it's been cast.
Oh,
That's part of the
okay.
caveat of the spell. They know that they've been put upon.
I might take back everything I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So he'll be aware that you've cast
Okay.
Stone of Truth.
Hi again.
Oh, hello.
We're back from our investigating.
Did you find anything out?
It's been. We've not really found anything of any use to us.
I got a bit of an angry letter from
Yeah,
Thaddeus.
yeah. We had an altercation with him. It was probably our fault.
I
To be
think it
honest.
was definitely.
I think he
Said-
misunderstood what we were
We-
doing
trying
with
to
the
steal
books.
some books.
No,
No.
we had a letter from you and we asked for the books because obviously you'd
Oh.
told us to go.
Mm.
Okay.
And
Sorry, that's probably my fault. It was like to gain you access to places,
Yeah.
like to talk to people.
Yeah.
Oh.
We probably pushed it a little too far, but his reaction was
Sure.
extreme as well.
He borrowed the book and he
He
killed
is
us.
quite protective, and with good reason.
Yeah.
There is some no law down there.
Yeah, we've learnt that lesson. So yeah, we're gonna head.
I think we're gonna go to the guards.
Okay.
That's where you said all of Thaddeus' stuff is, didn't you? So
Yeah, I mean that's where the investigation's taking place.
yeah.
Do you know what happened to his things?
No, I mean I didn't really get involved in that. So that was the guards came along and like questioned me and talked to some of the rest of the faculty and interviewed Thaddeus and the rest of the researchers downstairs quite thoroughly
Yeah.
because obviously they had more interaction with him. I didn't really know Thaddeus that well,
Yeah.
so I didn't really have a lot to impart other than like reassurances to them that they would try and keep the students safer and this is obviously a problematic thing going on.
Mhm.
But no, I don't know what happened to his things.
Okay.
Well, we'll be off then.
Best of luck to you. I genuinely hope. This is quite weird for me, just still standing on the steps talking to you. I'm going to shout a little bit. Hello.
ASMR to you.
Oh, good ASMR.
ASMR.
Good ASMR. Lovely
ASMR.
ASMR studios.
Mhm.
Out of character. I swear he told us.
Someone did, but it might have been the dwarf. I don't remember.
But
What, the
I
guardhouse?
told him I was his cousin
Yeah.
and I would like to
Oh,
see his
yeah,
things.
you did. Yeah, he did say that.
And I'm pretty sure he said
100%. I
It's
wrote it down.
always Pretty
sure.
Thaddeus' goods have been sent to the guard's house.
yeah.
Do you want to roll an insight check on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
we all should.
Insight.
Should we as well?
Got 17.
17?
That's better than me.
Better than me. 10.
15.
15?
It's
10?
all better than mine.
You think he might just been forgetful about it? We're not really
Right.
sure.
But he doesn't seem to be like purposefully lying about it.
He seems very blasé about it. He's difficult to read.
I think he's got a spell on him.
He is suspicious, aren't he?
Put a spell on
Can
him.
anyone
can-
detect magic?
No.
Yes. I can do. Do you want me to?
I could still try Zone of Truth and just tell him I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But do you detect magic?
Should I do
no?
detect magic? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do detect magic.
I think it just goes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So yeah, your mind is assaulted by just like a shed ton
Because we're in a
um,
magic school.
of
Oh yeah.
just magic permeating this entire place. Like, literally all of the bookcases that are about 60 feet high, all the way
Should've
around
seen
this
that
giant
coming.
120-foot office,
Mm.
just ping magic,
Did
and
not
you
think
just
that was
get blinded by all the magic.
Throw up.
Screaming and throwing up. Oh no, that's horrifying. Is your friend okay?
It's been a
Happens all
long
the time.
day.
He's fine.
He's just really upset.
He
that
did
didn't
just
learn anything.
Cast detect magic in here. If he'd told me he was going to do that, I would have said it's probably a really terrible idea.
He's an idiot.
He didn't think it through.
Apparently not.
I feel really sick.
I would say that you are unlicensed magic casters in the premises, and maybe keep that down to a minimum.
Oh, we didn't realise
little bit.
that would be.
Oh,
a
you know
problem.
now, it's fine. You know, you like to detect magic. You're just curious. That's fine.
So maybe not.
Maybe not.
Although, do a perception check.
Ooh. 17 plus. Oh. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay.
Quick
You
maths.
find out.
So, On. Sorry.
On the Thursday.
Just need to find it. That was a good roll.
Thanks. Good roll yourself, my friend.
Oh.
Good ASMR.
Good ASMR to you.
ASMR to you.
So there is an aura of divination around him that you do pick up just before you have to stop the spell and throw up. So it looks like there is something on him,
What do you mean by aura of divination?
like there is a spell on him.
Specifically from
That's somebody
Like-
else.
School of
a
Divination.
divination.
Either
class,
he
okay.
does that mean he's just cast something, or something has been cast upon him? on
Unfortunately,
him?
he wasn't able to hold the spell long enough before throwing up to be able to. But he did perceive that specific. Because each spell has got his own aura, like his own color, effectively. And he did notice that that was like
Did we
surrounding
trust
him.
the wrong person?
Shit. So I didn't detect the colour. I just saw there was an aura.
You do detect
Divination.
the color. You know it's divination. You
It's
just
the
don't know
apprentice. Oh, right,
what-
sorry,
you just
sorry.
don't know what the spell was
It's the
It's the
specifically.
apprentice.
Nah,
You're too friendly.
he's too stupid.
That's what he
Okay.
wants us to do.
That's
But obviously,
true.
I'm not going to tell them in front of.
Sure.
Person.
It looked like it screamed, collapsed to the floor.
Yeah.
But
I think, like, instead of going back on the divination person, like, he did lie about who had Thaddeus' stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that there's still something up
Yeah.
with this as opposed to,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I still
true.
trust her more than
yeah.
him.
She's also seems to have nothing to do with it
Yeah.
at all, other than we've gone to her.
Yeah.
But that might not be right either. I don't know.
But I thought divination's about revealing
Maybe
information.
maybe her
Yeah.
assistant's evil.
I think he's too
A Heathers.
stupid.
It's up
his
to you.
last name is Dark Place.
It is Dark Place.
He did pick that though.
Should we go speak to the guards and ask them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the guards.
To the guards.
To
Do we need a kickball first?
Oh yeah, we could kick
Uh,
one first.
Do we have time to kick
I
the
think we should just roll
We should. We
it.
probably by the time we finish kickball, we probably go to bed.
Mm.
It might be go to the guards in the morning.
I didn't think that was what you were saying.
I think
I
you're
mean,
like-
So we
sure,
should
let's spend
definitely
the
play
rest of our
kickball.
day play a
100%
game
should
that we
definitely stay
don't
in
know.
university and play kickball.
I mean, Tim's invented a kickball team. It feels like
Yeah,
it'd be rude
true.
not to
I mean,
play
we
that.
did challenge them.
Yeah.
I'm up for kickball.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Do it.
Okay.
It
So,
would
Hopefully
be
they
a
don't
good way to make us
electrocute us
look
to
less
death.
suspicious.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and kill us.
In character, I've let you lot know as well about the aura.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The aura.
At what point do you let them know?
Well, no, I can let you know, but not around.
They
Like-
can hear you. The walls can hear you.
We could be being watched at any time.
The
and that's
walls can hear
terrifying.
you.
Maybe I
Can
don't
you
know.
try and sign it to us?
I've got to pick this carefully.
What if
When-
you just whisper
when-
it to us individually?
It's when we're on the pitch, because I know there's no magic on the pitch.
Clever.
You can have a point of inspiration
Well done.
for remembering that
That's
there's a null magic
impressive.
field.
For
on this
remembering one of the few rules of kickball.
pitch. Yeah. But no, picking that specifically to reveal that information is cool.
I whisper it to them when we're having our team huddle before the match.
So when you walk onto the pitch,
That's good.
there's the 12
Oh,
um, Sunshore Sharks out there. They're all drinking a big keg of orange juice. Passing it
Rebels.
around.
Because that's what kickballers do.
Are our pets allowed to join us?
Uh,
Can Bando
oh.
be on the team?
before that happens, a few other things happen. You feel slightly weaker
Oh
on the
no.
pitch.
Okay.
You're fine.
Oh, my things aren't working.
Your feet kind of start slipping around a little bit.
Did
Oh,
Uh,
because you had spider. No, I didn't cast Grace. You had spider feet on.
Yeah,
It's
my,
like you've been experiencing a lot more tread recently, but as soon as you step onto the pitch, you start your feet just start slipping out a
that's
little
quite
bit.
good.
Because
It
of my
means
slippers.
automatically.
Because all magic
But
is
do I have to
done.
wear them all the time?
The null, yeah. Well, you don't
Oh.
have to, but you can because they're magic and they'll never wear out.
Yeah,
Well,
why
I think
Maybe
would
we just take them off for the game.
It doesn't make you feel extra slippy. It's just you've had extra grip.
Yeah.
So that extra.
It's
grip
like
is
when
gone
you
now.
get off one of the moving
Escalators,
escalators and
yeah.
you suddenly like, oh,
That kind of thing happens. So you feel like, oh, all our magic equipment stopped working.
cool.
Well, you think we might be in a bit of trouble here?
Whose idea
It means
was this?
that the wizard school can't use their tricks against us.
Yeah.
But there's 12 of them and
And
5 of us.
They're bigger than us.
They're not bigger than us.
All right.
And the second thing that happens is there's a chant of, "Who are you? Who are you?" as soon as you come onto the pitch.
We are the friendly boys.
We are the friendly boys.
We regret asking who you are.
Do we have a little dance that goes with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are the friendly boys.
So honourable.
So honourable.
So when you get onto the pitch, you ask them like, "Can our pets join you?" They're like, "No way, mate."
But they're
They
part of
can't
the
Why
team.
the Australians?
Oh,
no,
no,
wait,
way,
wait,
mate.
Oh, no, wait.
They're part of the team. Can't play without them.
I've heard about a setup of kickball called five-a-side.
Oh yeah, you know something about it.
I think we should do a bit of
Whatever.
five-a-side
Yeah, whatevs.
kickball.
Come
What
on
else?
then.
Come on,
Your
then.
5 best, which is you 5,
All right,
versus the 5 of us.
Okay.
done.
Where are you from?
I'm from
The land down under.
Goldenfield.
You sound like you're on the street.
Whatever.
You're talking with your hand like this.
Yeah, what? You get up all in my business. You're here to chat. We're here to play some kickball.
I'm here to talk.
Kickball.
Kickball Factory, the
Kickball.
movie is.
I think we should agree now to play incredibly dirty.
Yeah.
Playing
Yep.
by none of the rules.
And we
don't know the rules.
Can we-
Necessary.
Can we agree that we're playing by the street rules?
All right. I think we
We
can take
do
you all to lunch.
Okay.
Oh, I think
That'd
that
be
sounds really
lovely.
nice. Do they do levels apart?
That'd be lovely.
No, I mean I'm gonna kick your ass.
Are you Danny Dyer?
Maybe.
I don't really like these people. Do I have to
Who's
be
the-
Oh,
nice?
you're gonna back out now?
Do I have to be nice?
You
to
don't
them?
know the rules, so you follow whatever rules you think are acceptable.
Yeah, that's the street. That's the street way.
Oh, this one doesn't even know the rules. Oh.
Who's
I really, I really don't like them.
What's the quote? I'm coming to drink my milk and kick some ass.
And I'm all out of milk. I've just finished my milk.
Is there a ref?
Not in street rules, no.
No.
What are the street rules?
Don't
Street
ask.
rules is there are no rules apart from these following rules.
We don't want to hear that. Let's play.
Let's play.
Wait. Weapons.
No weapons, mate. It's a fucking sword, isn't
you
it?
just you just said no rules.
Well, okay, you can't kill each other.
Can we
Oh.
use a bit of magic?
No, it's forbidden, mate.
So no magic, no weapons.
No magic, no
All
weapons.
right.
Just
Right.
kickball.
Everything else goes.
What about these weapons?
They
Right.
count.
I think
Also, you got to take those off.
I
your
can't.
blades.
I don't know how to
can't.
get them off.
You don't know how to get them off.
Will you help me?
No,
Alright, well then I'm playing with these.
I ain't gonna take your blades off for you. That's weird, mate. That's whack.
Whack.
Can't,
You're so
can't.
The hell this
Nice.
80s Londoner.
This is whack.
Right.
What are you gonna do? You gonna cut me up on the pitch?
No, they're just stuck to me.
Oh,
These guys sucks.
How do you take a whiz? Chopping your knob off.
What?
Are you so
Why are you so rude?
We don't speak kickball field.
I'm going to
we just
kick
wanna
this
play.
ball into your face.
Do
Oh,
it.
wait.
Just do it. Just
Put your money where your feet are.
Can I just
Why
grab the
nobody
ball
like
and,
that?
and kick it?
Street
the ball.
rules.
Yeah, you're just gonna run up and
rules.
just boot it
I'm just gonna kick the ball as hard as I can
at him.
at him.
Cool. Roll an attack. So roll a d20 plus
Why is
your
this guy's a douche?
strength
yeah.
modifier.
12.
12. He's going to do an acrobatics to get out of the way. He does not. He takes it straight to the face.
That's what I'm talking about.
Point
Street.
Yeah.
Street.
And it just does that horrible stinging, you know, when you get kicked in the face with the ball.
Where does the ball go?
Like straight into his face, poof, and just like bounces straight back towards Chad.
Okay.
I run and kick the ball
Okay.
at him.
Everybody just starts bundling on. Like when it starts, like it's also you just start playing kickball right now.
This is how we play
Yeah,
kickball,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
So
Everybody
Kick it
just
into his
kicks the
face.
ball in each
1
other's
point.
faces. and
whilst,
starts-
whilst
Yeah,
the
1
ball's
point.
bouncing, I volley it straight at the guy that's
So
just
he
got it in the
he
face.
takes 5 points of damage.
Is this guy's name also Chad by the on the off chance?
You haven't asked him his name. Do you want to shout at him
He's
during
called
the kickball
Thad.
match? What's your name?
Thad.
And the other one's called Fad.
Yeah.
Thad Brad versus
Brad.
Chad.
How long is a game of kickball?
I
It's
don't. We
15
have no
minutes.
idea.
Depends how quickly
I
we knock them all
really
down.
need the toilet. I'm so sorry.
So
Okay.
we can pick up the game of kickball next episode.
Can we redo that so you don't have me saying I really need the toilet in it?
Yeah, we'll just cut in between those
Well, the
two.
chances I'll just leave it in anyway.
Okay,
I
I can't help
was
that.
like, I can't go through a whole run a game of kickball needing the
Cool.
toilet.
So, I would like to thank my players Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. If you'd like to play your social media handles, now's an amazing time to do so.
At Ellie
At MCM Josh.
This is
At
where you get your
Annie
revenge.
underscore a squirrel.
How'd you spell that?
I think it's
Such a
SQUIREL.
Okay.
Squirrel.
That's
Double
a
R.
squirrel.
Okay.
At I've had. No wait. Sorry. I've Chad the time of my life.
Nice.
That's
Oh.
very poetic.
It's my favourite.
ALUCYE.
Okay, and I'm at MCM_Tim. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Just remember, if you don't know what to do, roll over and die. And round.